Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Wednesday, May 8th, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Seattle Mariners versus the Minnesota Twins, Game 3 in the set. First pitch is going to be here in just one moment, and we'll get into the starting lineups here in just 1 second as I cue the music as well as the thumb. Let's go. And on the thumb, we got my boy George Kirby. And on the right, we got Carlos Correa. Leading off for the Seattle Mariners, playing third base, Josh Hollywood Rojas. Batting second this inning, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, playing second base, the switch hitter, Jorge Polanco. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, right fielder, Mitch Haniga. Catching tonight for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting sixth, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Batting seventh, playing first base, Ty France. Batting eighth, playing left field, Luke Raley. And batting ninth, playing shortstop for the Mariners, Demo Dylan Moore. And on the mound for the Mariners, 3-2 record with a 3.76 ERA, George Kirby. Let's go, baby. And with the Minnesota Twins, we'll get into that lineup here in just 1 second. And on the mound for the Twins with a 3-1 record and a 4.78 ERA, Chris Paddock. Let's go, baby. Rojas in the box, and we'll go over the Twins starting lineup once we get into the commercial break. Pitches outside, 1-1 count, and I was stressed. To do a thumbnail, I don't think people realize how hard it is to make it look perfect if you are a perfectionist. And, I had to redo the thumb like 5 times because as soon as I got to the very end, like the wording, live play-by-play and reactions was going behind the images, not in the front. There is nothing more frustrating when you feel like you're almost done with a thumbnail that took you 35, 45, 55 minutes, and then knowing you have to start over, restart the computer, hopefully that your editing program will work properly. And I had to do that multiple times, so I'm a little bit late. I wanted to be online about 10 minutes ago, but I am here. 2-2 pitch from Paddock to Rojas. Pitch is high, 3-2 count. Sarah in the building, what's good? Daniel in the building, what's good? Elliot in the building, what's good? Let's go. Let's go, Rojas. Let's go, Hollywood. Bring that electricity, baby. Top foul. Count still remains full, 3-2. Let's go, Hollywood. Got him. Damn it. Shout out to Megan. If you do have a Twitter/X account, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's go, baby. And thank you to Elliot, Sarah, and Odin so far. And we'll be seeing Matt hopefully here sooner than later. Pitch in the zone for a strike. 1-1 count to Julio. Let's go, baby. Pop foul. 1-2 count. Let's go, Julio. We need that electricity in the lineup. Big win yesterday. Let's keep it moving. There we go, Julio. Nice line drive to right field, baby. There we go. I'll take a quick look at that once I get into the innings here. I'm a little flustered right now because, like I said, I had to rush through everything, through the thumbnail, through the tag words, making sure everything is lined up straight and perfect. So I'm a little out of whack right now for the first 5 minutes, but once we get out of the first inning, I think I'll be able to get all caught up with everything in my thoughts and getting the stream lined up. Nice job, Julio. Rojas ends up getting our first out, but at least Julio with that nice single. Next up, the switch hitter, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Let's go, Jorge. These with 12 Ks, nice. Eric in the building, what's good? Tony in the building, what's good? Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Big swing and a miss from Polanco. 1-1 count. Pitch outside. 2-1 count. Let's go Mariners. Go Jorge. Got to get hits early and often, and we were just blessed to end up having 2 monster innings of 4 runs yesterday. That's not going to happen that often. 2-1 pitch from Paddock to Polanco. Little check swing. Just got a piece of the baseball. Count is 2-2. But we got to win today, and then we got to win tomorrow. We want to make sure that we're winning our 7th straight series. And again, losing that first game was rough with Castillo pitching. But again, with these next few pieces in line, we already know Emerson Hancock just got sent down to AAA. Ryan Wu will be coming soon, which will be great. We made a lot of adjustments, and we're going to see where we're going to be moving forward with all these players that have been hurt that are finally coming back to the Mariners, and the guys that have been struggling, we can send them down to AAA to refine their skills to get a little bit better, because we're going to need the best of the best. We can't have people, giving up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runs. Julio runs off the 2-2 pitch, popped up, warning track, 2 away. Go back, Julio. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Mitch Haniger. Let's go, Mitch. Matt in the building. What's good? Be here on time, my guy. I know you want to be able to do Twitter posts and you want to respond and you want to make your own posts. But again, if we're going to be doing this, I need to make sure that, that you're on time and you're here before the stream starts, which you normally are, or right at first pitch. So, but I hope you're having a good day. Top of the first, 0-0 Mariners and Twins. 2 outs, Julio at first. 1-0 count. Throw to first to Julio. He is safe. Let's get to 100 and donos. Let's do it. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's go, baby. And we're only a couple subs away from 20,203. Count them, 3. 3 subs. So if we get 3 subs tonight on the stream, we'll hit 20,200, which to some people isn't anything. But for me, for grinding it out on this channel for years and years and years, it's a big deal. So hopefully we can get there tonight or tomorrow. Let them know. Well, based on his play, to start the season, it hasn't really been ideal. But base running has been good for the most part. He has had some fuck-ups. In the outfield, he's robbed a few home runs and made some pretty big plays. But still, the patience in the batter's box and knowing when to swing and when not to swing. Batting average is extremely low. He's only got 1 home run so far. He is our superstar, but yeah, there's no way we're going to be sending someone like that down to AAA ever. Not with the amount of money that we paid, but based on his performance, yeah. I mean, if he wasn't Julio Rodriguez, yeah, that would be someone that we would think, damn, maybe we need to send you down. But, you're not going to do that to your superstar player. But again, if we had Jonathan Clase still up, and we didn't send him back down to AAA, maybe things would be a little bit different. But we're starting to see a little bit of the identity of the team. And obviously it's heavy pitching, but we still need our bullpen and our closer to be more consistent. Even though Andres Munoz has been pretty solid, but our bullpen, even though the ERA has been relatively good, most of our guys in the bullpen that come in for the starters have an ERA under 3. But I'm just not really feeling that confident in the bullpen with no Matt Brash in there. And he might be out for the year, so we'll have to wait and see. We didn't even have him play at all in 2024 just yet. 2-2 pitch, and got him. There goes Haniger, 3 up, 3 down. But hopefully we can figure it out. We still have a good record. We're still in first or second place typically in the American League West, going through with the Texas Rangers. So as long as we can keep grinding it out, we'll be all right. Let's go, baby. Let's take a look at what kind of swag Megan got. Ooh, that is cool. Very cool. I'll share that. That's neat. Here, hold on. Let me pull it up here real quick. Let's see. Here it is. You've been getting all kinds of merch lately. It's nice to see, for someone like me that can't afford to get things all the time, I can live vicariously through you, with your collecting, since you're a power collector like myself. Okay. I see you. That's sweet. With the signature. Awesome. Heck yeah. All right, let's go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's see what the Minnesota Twins have on deck here. Leading off for the Minnesota Twins, playing shortstop, second base, Edouard Julien. Batting second tonight, shortstop, Carlos Correa. Batting third, DHing for Minnesota, Trevor Larnach. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, right fielder, Max Kepler. Batting fifth, third baseman, Jose Miranda. Batting sixth, playing first base, Alex Kirilloff. Batting seventh, playing center field, Willie Castro. Batting eighth, playing catcher for the Minnesota Twins, Christian Vasquez. And batting ninth, the former Dodger left fielder, Manuel Margot. Let's go, baby. Edouard Julien pops it up on the first pitch. Julio's right there. No fly zone. One away. There we go. Nice job, Julio. Good defense. And on the mound for the Mariners, 3-2 record. We're trying to get them to 4-2. Drop that ERA from 3.76 to maybe high 2.8s or 2.9s. George Kirby. Let's go, George. And like I tell people on the show every day, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. It's very, very important. We go through a lot of addiction, depression, anxiety, a number of things on the daily. So if you feel yourself slipping into the darkness, make sure you're making those minor adjustments, cutting back on partying, eating a little bit healthier, going for a walk and get some exercise. You'll be really surprised on those minor adjustments that'll help you win the day. Pitch is outside. 1-1 count to Carlos Correa. Ooh, he crushed that ball. Back. And gone! Carlos Correa. I put you on the thumbnail, but I didn't want you to go yard today. Solo home run, second home run of the season. Not a good start for George Kirby. And coincidentally, we got two guys making the play on the screen right now on my thumbnail. There we go. George Kirby, Carlos Correa, 1-0 Minnesota. And hopefully George can limit this to 4 runs or less, preferably 3 runs or less. Otherwise, we might be in trouble until these guys end up going out, and then we'll be a 3-inning race to try to score as many runs as possible to win. But obviously a face of defeat as George sees that one go over the wall very easily. Next up for the Twins, DHing Trevor Larnach. Tough start for Kirby, damn it. Larnach, back. Come on, damn. You kidding me? Back-to-back homers for Carlos Correa and Trevor Larnach? My goodness. And, you know, all the people that wanted to argue and say, well, hey, Luis Castillo is good, George Kirby's good, Bryce Miller's good, and we already know Emerson Hancock wasn't good. He got sent down to AAA. Brian Wu will be in that 5-hole. But it's very clear. Logan Gilbert, Walter, is our best pitcher by a billion. It's not even close. You know, George Kirby has a name. You know, just like Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller, they're popular, but they're not really doing that well this year. They're really hit or miss. Castillo, I don't trust him at all. He's probably the 4th best pitcher on the team right now. Brian Wu might even be better than him when he comes in the 5-hole. We'll have to wait and see. George Kirby and Bryce Miller either play fantastic or like shit. There's not really an in-between. And then Logan Gilbert has been lights out. He was great last year to start the year, hit a wall, got some depression, anxiety, and wasn't really feeling himself or the game, got himself out of the funk, and then he ended up winning his last 10 or 11 starts to finish the year, and he's brought that momentum over to 2024. Big punch out by Kirby, even though you gave up the 2 home runs, 2 away. But at least we got one solid pitcher, out of the 5. And hopefully at some point we can get more consistency out of the other 4. Obviously Kirby, Miller, Castillo. And then when we get Brian Wu to be in that 5-hole, things might start to come together. But this is not what you want. On the bright side, it was only solo dingers on each one, so it's only 2-0. But that's not what you want to see if you're George Kirby. You're going to want 10 to 12 Ks. You're not going to want to give up any home runs. Not a whole lot of hits or RBIs either. So hopefully he can settle in, and hopefully he doesn't give up that much more than what he's already given up. Bottom of the first, 2-0 Minnesota. Pitches outside, 1-1 count. Come on, George. Focus, buddy. And I like you. It's not like I don't like George Kirby or Bryce Miller. I mean, right now, Logan Gilbert is the number 1. I do like Bryce Miller and George Kirby, and it's kind of weird to be able to see the guys that were really, really good last year kind of struggle this year, and they're, and you can maybe part of that is themselves, Seattle, the pitching staff, and just, getting into the repertoire and just getting rocked. It could be a little bit of the teams that we're playing and scouting our pitchers a little bit better. Grounder, throw to first. There we go. Finally, we get out of the inning, but the damage is done. 2-0 Minnesota. Ooh, yeah, that's what I showed you, I think. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I ended up, that's a cool close-up there. Here, hold on. I'm going to screenshot this, and then I'm going to minimize it, and then that way it just is the photo itself, not all the stuff above and below. But yeah, shit, I would buy this. I haven't seen too many things from the Fallout series that I think that I would be like, oh my God, I got to buy that. But I would say I'm a figure guy. So that is definitely one of the things that looks like, if I were to purchase something, that definitely would be one of the things. But it's very cool. All right, hold on. Let me pull it here. End of the first inning, 2-0 Minnesota. Ooh, super dope. And especially when you can see all the articulation and the detail. Very, very cool. I know that if I ended up buying one, I would end up buying more, depending on who they decided to make a figure of. But if they ended up having a collection of like 4 or 5 figures, once I ended up getting one, I would probably end up getting the whole thing. So, very cool. All right, here we go, Mariners. Got to find a way to bounce back here. Next up for the Mariners, Big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Batting second this inning, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. And batting third this inning, first baseman Ty France. And on the mound for the Minnesota Twins, Chris Paddock. Paddock, 3-1 record with a 4.78 ERA. Got to find a way here. Let's go. Pitch is outside, 1-1 count. Cal cracks one foul, 1-2 count. Now, sometimes, Scott Service does a decent job. I think the most Mariner fans have issues with the front office rather than the manager. Scott sometimes makes brilliant moves. Sometimes he keeps pitchers in there too long. Sometimes he makes the wrong substitution, but that's life. It's all about, how consistent are you in making these good or bad decisions. But, we still have a great record. We haven't been able to figure out hitting just yet. We're still one of the best teams in Major League Baseball, and we're in bottom 10 of hitting. Out of 30 teams, we're, somewhere between 20 and 25. On most nights, and our pitching is usually top 3 to top 5. So our pitching is helping us out, but every once in a while, those bats will heat up like last night when we ended up getting 10 runs, but it's just not something that we're going to be able to do every single night. 1-2 pitch from Paddock, high and inside in the zone towards his face, 2-2 count. Let him know. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. And if you got a Twitter/X account, do your boy a solid and like and retweet the live stream. It'll help us get more people here in the room. And we'll always be shooting for 20 to 25 likes, as well as 100 in the donos. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. Shout out to Matt, Elliot, Sarah, and Odin for helping out, and Megan helping out on the likes and the retweet there on the stream. Thank you so much. And we've had a couple underwhelming streams the last couple days. So hopefully we can get some people to come through to show some love, so that way we can end up getting the goal, or at least getting close to the goal tonight. Top of the second, 2-0 Minnesota. Next in the box, Mitch Garver. Let's go, Mitch. Pitch is outside. 1-1 count. All right, we need 4 more people to get to 10, so let's try to get to 10 as soon as possible. We got 2 more people that need to smash the like button, and we'll be at 10. We'll be halfway to the number that we need to be at least with the likes. Let's go, Garv. Lucy and Max. Nice. Go, baby. Two-two pitch. Garv pops it back into the crowd, foul. Garver pops one, foul. Top of the second, 2-0 Minnesota with 2 solo dingers in the first inning by the Twins, by Carlos Correa and Trevor Larnach. Hopefully George Kirby can settle in, but 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits, that's going to be the standard on every single game, and hopefully we can get there tonight. 3-2 pitch from Paddock. Garver is wheeling and dealing here on his 9th pitch in this at-bat. Keep grinding. Giancarlo Exit velo was 119. Damn. Usually it's somewhere between like 100 and 110. Oh, he walked him. There we go. Hell yeah, I'll take that. Take that. All right, Mitch. You know, it's better than a strikeout, a ground out, or a pop-up and a pop-out. Let's go. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Soto and Judge homer today as well. You know, it's a good day when you get all three of them homering, right? Giancarlo, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto. It's like, shit, if you lose with all three of those guys homering, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. 0-1 pitch from Paddock. Paddock already 40 pitches in. Big swing and a miss behind in the count, 0-2. Having a little bit of a difficulty trying to get our guys out, but our guys are battling. Let's go, Seattle. Go Mariners. Let's go, Ty. Oh, 2 pitch. Pitch is outside. Good eye by Ty France. 1-2 count. Ty France, sit down. Big strike out there. All right, Paddock, I see you. Next up for the Mariners, left fielder, Luke Ayamofaja Rayleigh. Oh, Luke. Jason in the building. What's good, brother? Trident's up. Rayleigh. Chop just fouled towards the first base line. Just out of the reach of Alex Kirilloff. That would have been big for us. Paddock, 44 pitches in. Top of the second, 2 outs, 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss for Luke Rayleigh behind in the count, 0-2. Come on, Luke. You're going to be one of those players that, you know, no one is expecting anything from you tonight. You know, but if you give us something, that might be the difference between winning this game or not. So come on, baby. Oh, 2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Got him. All right, Paddock. I'll give you far. Let's look at Paddock's stat line. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, and he's got 5 Ks already. Let's go over to George Kirby, obviously giving up 2 home runs already in the first inning, which is not ideal. Take a look at George Kirby. 1 inning pitch, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, only 1 K, and he gave up 2 homers in the first inning. So both solo shots by Carlos Correa and Trevor Larnach. So I guess on the bright side, it was only, 1 and 1 rather than like a 2-run homer and a 3-run homer. And then all of a sudden we're down 5-0 in the first inning and the game's over. So at least we have to be optimistic and positive the best that we can. Let's go. See who's up next here for the Minnesota Twins. Next up for the Minnesota Twins, leading off this inning, first baseman, Alex Kirilloff. Batting second, center fielder, Willie Castro. And batting third, catcher, Christian Vasquez. Let's go, Mariners. Take a look at the scores here real quick, see what's going on here today. lot of close games here today. Drill off. Throw to first, one away. Next up, center fielder Willie Castro. And I'm going to watch the game in the morning with Paisley. So since we end up, having a game at like 9:30, 10 a.m. So I'll watch that with Paisley, but then we're going to do an NHL playoff game tomorrow since the Mariners and Twins play at 10:10. And we will end up doing the Dallas Stars versus the Colorado Avalanche. And last night, the Stars were up 3-1. And they ended up losing 4-3 in overtime. That's tough. Losing at home when you're up 3-1 in game one. So on Thursday night, we're going to do the Avalanche and Stars game 2 at 6:30 tomorrow Pacific time. On the second, 2-0 Minnesota. One pitch to Willie Castro. Chop foul. 1-2 count. Come on, George. Focus, buddy. We need you. One-two pitch, low and inside in the dirt, 2-2 count. Bottom of the second, 2-0 Twins. One away, 3-2 pitch from George Kirby to Willie Castro. Castro fighting it off. Four-seam fastball goes into the crowd. Count remains full. Come on, George. Get into a rhythm. Fewest walks in baseball with 4, but he's given up home runs. Come on. 3-2 pitch. Castro hammers it. Back. Gone! What the hell is going on with George Kirby today? Fucking A. 3 solo shots? Motherfuck. Third home run already for the Minnesota Twins. 3-0 Minnesota. Fuck. Next up, catcher Christian Vasquez. Boo! Fuck. Can't believe we've given up 3 homers already. Vasquez, little dribbler, throw to first. 2 away. Yeah, at least on the bright side, though, it was only solo shots for each of the homers. I mean, imagine if those were, 2-run homers each, or one of them was a 3-run homer. I mean, we could easily be down, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0 right now. So at least on the bright side, you gave up 3 home runs, and Kirby doesn't look as good as he did last year or the year before. But then you could say the same thing about Luis Castillo, as well as Bryce Miller and Emerson Hancock. So really the only one that we can count on is Logan Gilbert, and that's it. Man, unbelievable. All right, end of the second inning, 3-0 Minnesota. All right, Seattle. Hopefully we can find a way to produce some runs and some hits here. Tough. And at one point, George was considered the best or maybe second best, on the roster. Again, even though Luis Castillo was our starter at the beginning of the year, he started off the year 0-4, and he really hasn't been the same pitcher since his rookie year coming in, when he came in with, Julio and Cal and Kirby as rookies in 2022. I feel like each year Castillo has been getting worse and worse and worse. And I feel with George Kirby and Bryce Miller, they usually bring it every single game. Every once in a while, they'll get roughed up, but you feel pretty fucking confident in them. But this year is a completely different story. It feels like they're getting roughed up and beat up a little bit more than normal. And then Emerson Hancock is terrible. We ended up sending him back to AAA. So we'll have Brian Wu in the 5-hole here soon, and we might even bring up another pitcher or two from high A, double A, single A, triple A. There's a few guys that are kind of waiting in the wings, waiting for their turn. But at least we got Logan Gilbert. He'll be pitching tomorrow. Early start at 10:10 in the morning. So we're not usually that good in AM starts, but hopefully Logan can be lights out and we can find a way to come back in this game. But man, we got one of the top 5 pitching staffs in Major League Baseball, but even with that being said, they're not as dominant as they could be. George Kirby, Luis Castillo, Bryce Miller. Now if all of them, were like 4-1 and he had ERAs of like 1.80 or 2.50, then you could be like, oh, they got the best pitching staff in baseball. But, still once in a while we'll get roughed up here and there, but we need to make sure that we're going to be able to get some hits and get some runs in this game to give us a chance. Let's go. But I got no confidence in Luis Castillo. I got maybe 50% confidence in Bryce Miller and George Kirby. It's either they're really, really good and they're lights out, or they're really fucking terrible, at least for this season. Hancock is some dog shit. And then obviously Logan Gilbert is a G. He'll be in the Cy Young award-winning, he'll be in the running. I feel that at the end of the year, he'll have the most wins for the Mariners. His ERA will be great, and I think that he'll be one of the top 5 finalists, hopefully one of the top 3 in the American League. So I hope he wins it this year, honestly. But really the only players that we can count on for the Mariners this year, Logan Gilbert, okay, Hollywood Josh Rojas in the leadoff role, Cal Raleigh. That's about it. And every once in a while, you'll get Julio to get a couple hits here and there, but he's still striking out way too much. And obviously that batting average is much lower than it should be for an all-star superstar player, potential Hall of Fame player. And he only has 1 home run so far in 2024, which is not good. But with all that being said, we're still first or second place in the American League West. We're kind of going back and forth with the Rangers, and right now we're 20-16. So it is what it is. Come on, baby. Come on, Rojas. Get it started for us, baby. Let's go, Hollywood. Fouls it off. 2-2 count. Two-two pitch to Rojas. Chopper. Julian. No way. Called him out. I want a replay. I think he was safe. Let me see a replay. Can we get a replay? I think he might have been safe there. I mean, we got to look at every single 50-50 play. I think it was, I don't know, that camera angle was not good enough. Let me see this camera angle. Great play by Alex. I don't know. His foot was already on the bag when the ball got there. Review that play. We got to be able to get something to bounce our way. We're already down 3-0. Yeah, you can throw up the top 25 through Joel. You know, like I said, I like Joel Klatt. I like Gus Johnson. I think they're a great combo. They're arguably the best combo, not only in college, but overall. They're awesome. Runner is safe. There we go. Just like Gus and Charles Davis back in the day were great too. But I look forward to their broadcast. I mean, hell, Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson could end up calling like Maryland versus Idaho, which I have no business watching. But if they're calling it, yeah, maybe I'll tune in for a little bit just to see them call the game. That's how good they are. You know, it doesn't even matter who's playing. It doesn't have to be Michigan, Ohio State for me to tune in when those guys are on the broadcast. They're awesome. Which is pretty rare to say that someone is awesome nowadays in commentary, because there's a lot of people that are doing podcasts and former athletes and people that are doing live play-by-play and color commentary on games and or pre-show, post-show interviews or commentary, and they fucking suck. So it's nice to be able to have at least a couple guys in the industry that are holding it down. Paulie Wolf, you're holding it down for the NFL. Joel Klatt, Gus Johnson, the best play-by-play in color in college football. And I still like Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. But again, they're not the same as Gus and Joel, though. And then we'll see what Tom Brady ends up bringing to the Fox broadcast coming in. I imagine he'll be pretty good. You know, he's smart, he's witty. Obviously, he can talk. You know, he's not going to, I don't think, stutter too much. And it'll take him a little bit to get kind of acclimated and get comfortable. But I think that it'll help Fox. I mean, unless you're in love with, who their current broadcast crew is right now with Joe Buck and fucking Troy Aikman. But I think a lot of people, would like to mute those guys. Top of the third, 3-0 Minnesota. One out, runner at first, 1-2 count to Julio Rodriguez. 1-2 pitch. Julio. There we go. Julio, 2 for 2, baby. Let's go. Nice job, Julio. Nice job, Budda. Nice job, brother. Next up, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Polanco 0 for 1 so far. Come on, Jorge. We got runners at first and second. This could be an opportunity. Pitch is high and in the zone for a strike. 0-1 count. And like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. And hopefully we can end up, we got 20 people watching right now, and that'll probably get to about 40 or 50 as the game goes on. We're at 10 likes. We need 10 to go. 11 likes, 9 to go to hit the goal. Shout out to all the people that smashed the like button already, and if you haven't, please do. If you're on the Twitter/X side, you have to come to the YouTube channel side to do it. But if you do, that would be greatly appreciated, even if you would rather prefer to watch it on the Twitter side. But on that side, you can't smash the like button. You can't comment, which is something hopefully that they'll implement. And you can't donate from there to the Super Chat, but you can obviously do the Cash App side from the Twitter, and you can watch. Big K there on Jorge Polanco. Next up, right fielder, Mitch Haniger. Go, Mitch. Anything surprise you about the way too early top 25 for the 2024 season? Ohio State, Oregon sitting up there in the top 4. I like it. Top of the third, 3-0 Twins. 3 solo dingers for Minnesota. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Can we please knock someone in? But Carlos Correa homered in the bottom of the first. And Trevor Larnach back-to-back homered right after him, 2-0. And then in the following inning, Willie Castro homered to right center. So homered to center by Carlos Correa, 406 feet. Then Larnach homered right after him, back to back. The right center at 400. And then Willie Castro homered to right center, 432. So they are beating the fuck out of George Kirby here tonight. Unfortunate. Pitch is outside, 2-1 count. Come on, Haniger. We need you, Miach. Haniger fouls it back. 2-2 count. Let's go, Mitch. Be a great time for a home run to tie the game up. One swing, boom, 3-3. That'll actually give us some juice and a chance, but not likely. We'll probably have to wait for it, out of him since he hit one yesterday. He typically doesn't hit back-to-back homers in back-to-back games, so. But maybe he will today. 2-2 pitch and got him. Paddock with a nasty pitch. Seven Ks for Paddock already. Let's take a quick look at his stat line. We're not haters here. All right, let me see what you got, Chris. All right, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, only 1 walk and 7K. And he's pacing for 14 Ks. Damn. Fucking A. Well, it looks like you end up getting probably somewhere around 10 or 11, unless we can start to figure him out. But 3-1 record, 4.78 ERA. 7 Ks already, and we're only in the 3rd inning. That is not a good sign, at least for Mariner fans. And let's take a quick look here on who's up next for the Twins. All right, due up for the Twins, 0 for 1. Second baseman, Edouard Julien. Batting second, 1 for 1 with a run, RBI, and a solo dinga in the 1st inning. Shortstop, Carlos Correa. And batting third, 1 for 1, and another solo dinger shot by Trevor Larnach. Come on, Mariners. Get it together, baby. So they really think Cameron Rising coming back, that they're going to be a top 5 team, huh? We'll see. I always thought, having Utah join the Big Ten would have been sweet. Nothing against UCLA. You get the UCLA-USC rivalry. But shit, if it was my choice, I would have done Oregon, Washington, USC, and Utah. And then if we had another spot, then UCLA. But, Utah would have been more valuable for the Big Ten than UCLA would have been. But we'll see how they do. Come on, George. Oh for 1 with a flyout in the first. Kirby, 1-0 pitch. And it just seems like, Kirby isn't a guy that typically has a lot of velocity. He's not going to be throwing 100, 102. It feels like he's more of a Greg Maddux, where he's going to throw to locations. But the problem is that if you're not pitching that fast and you're not hitting your spots, that's how you're giving up home runs, and you're not playing very good this year. And that's what's happening. Like, his pitches aren't really that fast. I mean, he's normally pitching like 85 to 95. And then if you're not hitting your spots, you're getting fucking rocked. Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo, they're guys that are going to pitch, 96 to 100, but they have no location. So they're just throwing it as hard as they can. And then if they get contact on it, it's gone. So really the only guy that, we can have a little bit of heat, a little bit of location, and someone that's got the swag and the confidence is Logan Gilbert. He does nothing really elite, but everything really, really good. And so far, that's been a good pattern for us compared to the other hurlers on the mound for the Mariners. It seems like each guy that normally is very, very good, like at location or speed, really doesn't have their juice or their stuff this year. Location, George Kirby, he don't got it. Obviously with that wheeling and dealing and that fire and just trying to throw Ks past the batters, that's usually Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo. They're not really doing it this year. They're not very consistent in what they're doing numbers-wise. So Kirby almost hits the pitcher there, or hits the hitter, Correa. 1-0 count, bottom of the third, 3-0 Minnesota. Next up in the box with a homer in the bottom of the first, Carlos Correa. Pitches inside, 2-0 count. Pitches outside, 3-0 count. Uh-oh. And we know George Kirby doesn't really walk a lot of people, but still, there's no in between, and that's really the most frustrating part. Either lights out, very, very good, 10 Ks, just looking very, very, fluent, on the mound with a lot of swag and confidence, or it's something like this where, you don't know when it's going to end, and it's just, one hit after another, one home run after another, and I just wish there was a middle ground for Bryce Miller, George Kirby, and Luis Castillo, instead of it being really good or really bad. 3-1 pitch from George Kirby to Carlos Correa, bottom of the third, 3-0 Twins. 3-1 pitch, right down the middle, popped up foul by Correa. Fouls it back. Center field to Julio. There we go. Nice defense, Julio. It's something I can count on. The defense, Julio, you my guy. Next up for the Minnesota Twins, DHing Trevor Larnach. Yeah, usually on Saturdays, I try to watch as many games as possible, even if I'm not watching full games, but, I'm recording stuff on the DVR. I'm watching from the morning to the afternoon to the evening, and it's, a lot of times you're going to want to check out like the good teams like Bama or Georgia or, Michigan or Ohio State or, Oregon at one point, and then, trying to see some of the other teams in the top 25. Just to kind of get a gauge, on what the other teams are going to be possibly doing, not only in conference play, but out of conference play. But it definitely gives you a better gauge, and you'll have better opinions and a better outlook on the college football season by more games that you, sit down and watch. If you know what to look for, Bottom of the third, 3-0 Minnesota. 1-2 pitch to Larnach. Got him. There we go. First 1-2-3 inning by George Kirby. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Minnesota Twins. We got 3 hits ourselves now, but we're still sitting at a donut. End of the third inning, 3-0 Minnesota. Let's see who's next up for the Seattle Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, 0-for-1 with a K. Big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Batting second, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. 0-for-0 with a base on ball. Nice little walk for Mitch. And batting third, 0-for-1 with a K, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Go, baby. And again, make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health, addiction, depression, anxiety. These are a lot of things that people go through. Make sure, if you feel slipping and you're going into the darkness, make sure you're making those adjustments. Just even cutting back on some of the things that you're used to doing in your life, even if it's not easy at first, cutting back on soda, fast food, maybe, trying to eat a little bit healthier with the fruits and the veggies. It may not be ideal, but again, if you can sacrifice a little bit of flavor to be healthy, you'll be really surprised at the end of the day how you end up feeling. And I feel I'm a good example of that. Just a year ago, I was, weighing 270, 275, and I'm all the way down to about 188, 190 right now. So if you're willing to sacrifice and work hard, you can make things happen. But again, it's all about having that self-discipline, which is probably one of the hardest things to do in life. Good facts. Paddock low and in the zone for a ball. See what we're at on the likes right now. Hopefully we're getting closer to 15. We got 20 plus watching, and hopefully that'll turn into 30 or 40 before the game ends. Like we got 12 people. We got 3 more. All right, we need 2 more to get to 15. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. It'll help us out in the algorithm and the metrics tremendously. Pitch is inside, 2-1 count. The Cal Raleigh. Paddock has been wheeling and dealing. We'll give him some love. I see you, Chris. I already knew this was going to be tough. Just didn't assume that Kirby was going to give up 3 solo dingers within the first couple innings. Raleigh fouls it back. 2-2 count. Come on, Cal. Seems like we're having a bank on Cal Raleigh being a hero almost every fucking game. Let's go. Bring that electricity, Cal. Pitch right down the middle and got him. 8 Ks for Paddock. Next up for the Mariners, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. And we're going to have to wait until Paddock gets out 2 more innings from now if we have any chance of coming back in this game, because obviously we're not getting anything on him while he's there. And if we do, it's going to be a one-off. There we go. Back. Gone! There we go. Hell yeah. I wasn't expecting anything for 2 more innings, but I'll take it. Mitch Garver with a solo dinger, 362 feet. Way to come up big, Mitch. Way to bring that electricity, baby. There we go. Nice job, Garv. Hell yeah. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. The sports gods were like, well, you don't have to wait 2 more innings. We'll get you a home run here, so at least it's a little bit better. There we go. John in the building, what's good? Yeah, I mean, he's money right now, though. I'm actually shocked that we actually got anything home run wise on him. I figured if we were going to get runs on him, it would be like a collective, 2 or 3 hits in a row and someone would RBI a guy in. Very shocked that we actually got a homer off Paddock based on how he's pitching. I mean, he's closing in already on 10 Ks already. I mean, he's already at 8, but I'll take it. At least it gives us a little bit of confidence, even though Ty France ended up, getting out right away right after him. But it is what it is. Next up, Luke Raley. Luke, little dribbler. There we go. Nice job, Luke. We don't expect anything from Luke, so when he ends up getting a single or a double, we'll take it. Nice job, Luke. I am Yafaja Raley. Nice job, Luke. Next up, shortstop, Demo Dylan Moore. Now, if Demo can get an RBI here and we're sitting at 3-2, it'll definitely give a lot of the Mariner fans a little bit more confidence. Let's go. There we go. I feel much better now. But at least we ended up making some moves today. So we ended up, sending some people down, which we should have. But we got Edward Bazardo, right-handed pitcher. He's reinstated from the 15-day IL, so we'll see Bazardo at some point. Kirby Sneed, selected from AAA Tacoma. Saucedo got hurt yesterday. He's going to be on the 15-day IL. We'll have to monitor what he is, but I didn't really like him in our bullpen anyways. I don't wish anyone to get hurt, but I'm not a big Saucedo guy. Too much sauce. And then Emerson Hancock, he goes to AAA Tacoma. Matt Brash transferred to the 60-day IL. So we probably won't see Matt Brash all year, which really sucks because he's probably our best mid-reliever pitcher on the staff, and we're not even going to get to use him in all of 2024. He was hurt before the season even started. But at least we got Hancock out of there, and eventually we'll end up having Brian Wu in that 5-hole. We just need to get some more consistency out of the guys that we're normally used to having consistency, which would be George Kirby, Luis Castillo, and Bryce Miller. And then if Wu can come in there and even though he might lose a few games, but he can give you 10 Ks out of the 5-hole. Name one other pitcher that's in the 5-hole that can get you 10 or 11 Ks. I don't know if there's anybody. So, there is a bright future, as we go further along into the season. But again, we just need to be able to put starting pitching, bullpen, closing pitching, and then power hitting and singles hitting all together in a game. And it seems like we're able to get 3 out of 5, 2 out of 5, but normally we're never at 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 in the check marks. It's like starting pitching good, but bullpen and closing suck. Or starting pitching bad, but then the bullpen and the closer ends up doing pretty good. Or we have power hitting or we have no hitting. So, can we get to 5 runs or are we going to be at 1? So big swing and a miss on Demo. Sit him down. At least we ended up getting that homer from Garb, so I feel a little bit better. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning, 3-1 Minnesota. 4 solo home runs in this game so far. Wild. All right, let's take a look at Chris Paddock's numbers here because we're not haters. I want to make sure that we're keeping an eye on what's going on. All right, so it's 3-1 Twins. They got 3 hits, all home runs. Correa, Larnach, and Castro. Let's take a look at Paddock's numbers. 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 9 Ks. That's what we expect from George Kirby, right? And on the flip side, let's look at George's numbers. All right, George, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, and only 3 Ks. Rough. All right, let's see who's up for the Minnesota Twins next. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. And hopefully we can get close to 15 here in the next couple minutes. Grab a couple subs and we can get to 20,200. We need 3. And hopefully we can get some generous people to come in here and show some love. We've had some challenging streams the last couple days. So it'd be really nice to be able to get off the schneid, today or tomorrow. Got a lot of bills. Big facts. All right, let's see what we got here for the Minnesota Twins. Next up for the Minnesota Twins, 0 for 1 with a K, right fielder, Max Kepler. Batting second, 0 for 1, third baseman, Jose Miranda. And batting third, 0 for 1, first baseman, Alex Krylov. Let's go, Mariners. And I know Kirby's knee isn't 100%, right? And he's, trying to fight through the injury and whatnot, but clearly, he doesn't have the same type of velocity and control and location when he's healthy. So bottom of the fourth, 3-1 Twins. Pitch is outside, 2-0 count. Pitch from Kirby. Pitch is inside, 3-0 count. Got one sub, 2 subs away for 20,200. Bottom of the fourth, 3-1 Minnesota. 4 solo home runs in this game. I don't think I've seen that all year in 2024. 1 out, runner at first. George Kirby on the mound with a knee injury, still trying to just tough it out, but clearly he's not 100%, and it shows. And in the box, 0 for 1, Alex Kirilloff. Grounded out in the second. 222 average, 2 homers in 2024 for Alex. Popped up. Nice. Nice job, Rojas. Way to hustle past third base in foul territory to get that ball. Nice job. Good effort. It's my guy, Rojas. Good defense. Next up for the Minnesota Twins, center fielder, Willie Castro. Looks good. And, sometimes, you got to switch things up, especially if it's not, football season right now. So you can kind of move around some of that USC and Seahawks stuff and, make room for something that's, you're passionate about right now. And it's always cool to be able to get some new swag and merch and then to be able to display it. And then you can look at it. And, every time you get a chance to look at it, it'll make you smile and make you feel good. And that's the whole purpose of collecting, right? Being around your collection and being able to stare at it, look at it, play around with it, depending on what it is. And just purely enjoying it. I like your setup. It looks good. Bottom of the fourth, 3-1 Twins. 2 outs, runner at first. 1-2 count to Willie Castro. We need a few more likes to get to 20. And hopefully we get blessed by a few people here on the dono side. 1-2 pitch incoming for Kirby to Castro. 1-2 pitch from George. Castro drills it fair. Uh-oh. Haniger throwing home. No throw home. 4-1 Twins. Get Kirby out of there. Obviously, his injury is more significant because he's got no velocity. He's got no location. And he's not going to pitch 100 miles an hour to begin with anyway. We might have to have a couple days off for him. Willie Castro fucking up the Mariners. Next up, catcher Christian Vasquez. Pitch in the zone for a strike, 1-1 count. Big swing and a miss, 1-2 count. look at your setup here. Look at your little collectibles everywhere. Looks good. Now you're just going to need the figures once they start coming out. That ball goes into the crowd foul. Bottom of the fourth, 4-1 Twins. Also, too, Megan, you have to realize the defense was absolutely terrible last season. Even for USC standards, again, they're normally really, really good at offense, but normally the defense isn't that bad. And again, if they had a little bit of a defense, they might have been able to beat up on some of the teams in the Pac-12. So, offensively, even though Caleb is gone, I feel that they'll be able to get plenty of quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, athletic offensive linemen. They'll be good on the offensive side, no doubt. But the real question mark is going to be the defense, since they were so bad last year. And that's not me hating. That's just me being honest. I think that, if you watch USC games, if you played against a shitty team, you ended up beating the shit out of them because they, didn't have an offense or defense either. But if you ended up playing one of the top tier teams like Washington or Oregon, didn't really go very well for USC last year, playing against a team that was a little bit more well-balanced on offense and defense. So hopefully USC can get some defensive recruits, in the next couple of years. And they're a name, so they're always going to be in consideration in the top 10, top 15, top 20, top 25. But until that defense improves, people are still going to have questions about that team overall, because they're really good on one side of the ball, and on the other side, it's a work in progress. Big swing and a miss. Got him. End of the fourth inning, 4-1 Minnesota. And I hope you guys end up getting a defense, because I want to be able to have some teams join the party. I don't want it to be just Oregon. And it feels like with Washington losing their coach and Penix and Rome and Jalen McMillan and Culp and, literally like almost their whole team, they built it up for that one moment, right? So Washington isn't going to be as good as they were last year. They're going to go down to like UCLA. UCLA will be worse than them, but they're not going to be at the top, right? So again, it's like you got Oregon, you got Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. Those are going to be the ones at the top. But if there is a team that's coming over, with Oregon, Washington, USC, and UCLA, USC is going to be the team that will be closest to Oregon, even though they don't have all the pieces yet. And they should be better than Washington and UCLA moving forward, unless somehow, some way, UCLA or Washington end up getting new coaches, new recruits, and then they end up building something special. But it should be Oregon and USC as the better teams in the Pac-12 going to the Big Ten. And then you got two sleeper teams in Washington and UCLA, where they're not going to be horrible, but they're not going to be great either. They're going to be kind of middle of the pack. And if you take them for granted, Washington and UCLA could possibly beat like an Iowa or Wisconsin, or maybe even a team like Penn State if they take them for granted. But again, USC, even though they got a ways to go, they should still be firmly, number 2 behind Oregon with the 4 teams that are coming in, to the Big 12. But obviously, if we're talking about Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and then USC will be in there with Iowa and Wisconsin. So, I don't know if USC, how many years it'll take for them to be at the top with Oregon. It may take a couple recruiting-wise, but I'm hoping that you guys get there, because I would always love for it to be 2 teams, to challenge the big boys, right? Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, instead of just Oregon. It'll make it more exciting. So, and as long as Lincoln Riley is there, they should be able to retool the offense. But, once they get a defense, then they'll move up higher and higher in the rankings for sure. Rojas, nice hit right there, baby. There we go. We'll take that, Josh. Next up, 2 for 2, Julio Rodriguez. Swings at the first pitch, popped up a mile. 1 away. Wish he would be a little bit more patient. Come on, Julio. Patience, my guy. Like, doesn't know the meaning of the word. Next up, second baseman Jorge Polanco. Let's go, baby. Be electric. Top of the fifth, 4-1 Twins. One out, runner at first. Polanco going for the bunt. Beautiful. There we go. Mariner Moose is coming out for that. What a great bunt. Mitch Haniger up. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We need Mariner Moose early. Go, baby. Up right fielder, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, Mitch Haniger. Go, Mitch. We got a mound visit there. Top of the fifth, 4-1 Twins. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Come on, Haniger. Let's go. Let them know. Almost an hour and a half in. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's go, baby. Pitch is outside. 2-0 count. Go, Mitch. Top of the fifth, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Good opportunity here for the Mariners. Popped up to Castro. 2 away. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. With 1 swing, he could tie the game up, and he has been one of the heroes in 2024 with also Hollywood Josh Rojas and Logan Gilbert. Let's go. Come on, Cal. Yeah, but college football can't, come quick enough. I can't wait. And then hopefully, like I said, once we can build up the roster, then it'll be Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, Penn State, Wisconsin, Iowa, USC. So we can have like 6 or 7 or 8 like pretty solid teams in the conference, and then obviously we're going to battle it out with the SEC, who got Oklahoma and Texas, and they got Bama and Georgia. So they're going to have 4, big teams. We're going to have 4 big teams, but what really separates the Big Ten is that we're also going to have 4 good teams below the 4 elite teams at the top. So we're going to have more depth in our conference. I feel the Big Ten is going to be the best conference, in football moving forward. SEC will be good at the top, but in the middle and the bottom, they're not going to be as good. Sometimes they'll have certain teams that will have a surprise year, but again, Oklahoma, Texas, Georgia, Bama, that's pretty much the SEC. And that Big 12 is terrible. ACC is terrible. The MAC and the WAC is terrible. Pac-12 doesn't exist. So it's pretty much going to be Big 10, SEC every single year, for supremacy of college football. Pitches outside, 3-0 count. Come on, Cal. Let's go, baby. Pitches inside, 3-1 count. I love Cal, man. His defense has improved. Last year he was playing with like half of a thumb, for like a month at the end of the season. Fought through the pain. The guy is arguably the toughest guy on the team, and a big leader. Everyone in the clubhouse likes him. He has to definitely find his way to be able to, motivate guys on the mound and have a good connection with them. But we definitely wouldn't be where we're at without a guy like Cal Raleigh on the lineup, defensively and offensively. He's been amazing, especially with walk-off homers, game-tying homers, game-leading homers late in the game. He's super clutch. And he's a switch hitter on top of that, too. And I love catchers. They don't get enough respect, kind of like offensive linemen and defensive linemen, but specifically offensive linemen. Throw to first and got him. Damn it. We leave two stranded. Go to the bottom of the fifth, 4-1 Twins. Let's see what Chris Paddock's numbers are now. And hopefully we only see Paddock for one more inning and we can start coming back in this game. All right, Paddock, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 1 earned run, only 1 walk, 9 Ks. Solid day. Let's take a look at George Kirby. What are we sitting with George? Obviously not as good. All right, George Kirby, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, and only 4 Ks. That injury to that right knee is more significant than they're leaning on. All right, next up for the Minnesota Twins, 0 for 1, the former Dodger left fielder, Manuel Margot. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, second baseman, Edward Julian. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, shortstop, Carlos Correa. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Some teams might be a little bit better than we think, if they're getting slept on, kind of like Washington and UCLA. I feel a lot of the Big Ten teams won't respect those two teams, and they'll think that they're just going to go in there and taste blood and it's just going to be over. But they'll realize that, Pac-12 usually has athletes. They're not going to just roll over and die. So, and for anything, teams like Wisconsin and Iowa, they're the ones that are going to hurt the most, because they already had to look up at Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State. Now you got Oregon and USC added to the mix. So, those are the teams that are going to be affected the most by bringing in the 4 Pac-12 teams to the Big Ten. But, if you want to be good, you can step your game up. You got to be better. Bottom of the 5th inning, 4-1 Minnesota. 0 for 1 with a flyout in the second by Manuel Margot. 0-1 pitch for George Kirby. Pitches outside, 1-1 count. Come on, George. Pitches outside, 2-1 count. where we're at on the likes here. Popped up. Julio, one away. All right, we need 4 more likes to get to 20. 4 more. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We're getting close. And hopefully we'll get a dono train started at some point. Pitch in the zone for a strike to Edouard Julien, 0-1 count. Big swing and a miss. Behind in the count, 0-2. Come on, George. Pitch is outside, 1-2 count. Bottom of the 5th, 4-1 Minnesota. 4 solo shots in this game. 3 by the Minnesota Twins, 1 by the Seattle Mariners. Little unusual, but we'll take it. Crushed to left field. Luke Raley, light drive, 2 away. Good defense, Luke. 2 down. Next up, shortstop, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, Carlos Correa. All right, take care. Pitch is outside, 1-0 count. Bottom of the 5th, 4-1 Twins. 2 outs, 0-1 count to Carlos Correa. Kirby jams him. Could be an easy pop out here to Haniger. There it is. 3 up and 3 down. End of the 5th inning, 4-1 Twins. Go to the top of the 6th. All right, due up for the Mariners, 1 for 1 with a solo dinger earlier in the matchup. Mitch Garver. Batting second, playing first base. 0 for 2 with a K, Ty France. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a K, left fielder Luke Raley. Let's go, Mariners. Oh, baby. Joker wins his 3rd NBA MVP. SGA and Luka finish 2 and 3. 2-1 Florida over Boston. 2 minutes left in the second period. 73-63 Pacers up on the Knicks at halftime. And we got Oilers and Canucks later tonight. There we go, Garv. At least somebody's doing something for the Mariners. There we go, Mitch. Nice job. Opposite field home run, and then a nice hop hit there to right field again. I like it. Pull that baseball, baby. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Let's go, Ty. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. A flyout earlier in the matchup. Takes a strike. 0-1 count. Top of the 6th, 4-1 Minnesota. And as soon as we can get Paddock out of the game, that's when we're going to be able to make our little rally. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough to come back and win, but we have to get him out of the game first. Popped up. Behind the catcher, foul. Behind the count, 0-2. Go, Ty. Pitch is outside, 1-2 count. Go, baby. Let's go, Ty. One-two pitch from Paddock. Top foul. Got him. Damn it. Wow, Paddock is wheeling and dealing. 10 Ks for Paddock. We'll give him his flowers. All right, Chris. You just fucking beat the shit out of the Mariners so far, man. Respect. 3-1 record with a 4.78, and he's trying to get obviously his 4th win of the season, which looks like he probably will. And he got his ERA to go down from 4.78 to 4.34. Chris Paddock, I see you. Nice job. And then now, hopefully, we can start raking since we got him out of the game now, finally. But we're down by 3 runs. Hopefully, we can find a way. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with a day in the top of the 6th, 1 out. Luke Raley. Oh, Luke. Let's take a look at some of the baseball scores that we got. It'll open up for me. All right, let's take a look at the scores here. We got Rangers 7, Athletics 6 in the top of the 8th. Diamondbacks 4, Reds 2 in the bottom of the 9th. Orioles 3, Nats 2 in the bottom of the 9th. White Sox 4, Rays 1 in the top of the 9th. Yankees are getting big production from their big 3, 8-2 over the Stros in the bottom of the 7th. Braves 5-0 over the Red Sox in the end of the 6th. 6-0 Giants up on the Rockies in the 2nd inning. And then final score, we got Angels 5, Pirates 4. Blue Jays 5, Phillies 3. That's tough for the Phillies. Guardians 5, Tigers 4 in 10. Mets and Cardinals got postponed for rain. Royals 6, Brew Crew 4. Padres 3, Cubs 0. Dodgers 3, Marlins 1. And then the Athletics 9, Rangers 4 are your scores so far tonight. Hockey from home in the building. What's good? All right, we got Luis Urias coming in, and we'll end up doing the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars tomorrow for the stream. The Mariners play at 10 a.m. And I'll watch that with Paisley, and we'll stream at 6:30 Pacific for game number 2. Stars were up 3-1 in that game and then ended up losing 4-3 in OT at home. So it definitely hurts, especially when you finally got past the Vegas Golden Knights in round 1, and then you have to match up against Colorado in round 2, but should be a good one tomorrow. Tealba, Caleb in the game. Urias. Chop towards third. Double play. Nope, didn't get it. Fielder's choice and a runner out. Let's see if they end up challenging. Goats, where you at? All right, let's see. We need 4 more likes to 20. Like, sub, donate, comment, share, help your boy out. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. We're in the top of the 6th, 4-1 Minnesota. Next up, Demo, Dylan Moore. Let's go, Demo. Top of the 6th, 4-1 Minnesota. 2 outs, runner at first, 0-1 pitch. Incoming to Dylan Moore. Oh for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout earlier in the matchup. Pitches inside. Did he go? No, he did not. 1-1 count. One pitch from Thielbar. Into the zone for a strike, 1-2 count. Come on, Demo. Big swing and a miss. Got him. That's tough. Thielbar, I see you. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Next up for the Minnesota Twins, 1 for 2 with a run, RBI and a K. DHing for Minnesota, Trevor Larnach. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, right fielder, Max Kepler. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a run and base on ball, third baseman, Jose Miranda. Let's go, Mariners. Keep fighting. right, Snead is in for his first action. 1,000th player in Seattle history. Kirby Snead. Let's go, Kirby. Pitch is high and outside. 1-1 count. One-two pitch to Ryan Jeffers. Crushes it foul. Count still stays 1-2. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Nice job, Snead. Next up, 0 for 2 with a K, right fielder, Max Kepler. Snead, line drive to Ty France. Here we go, 2 away. 2 up and 2 down. Next up for the Twins, third baseman Jose Miranda. Popped up. Aniger. 3 up and 3 down. Nice job by Kirby Snead coming in. All right, so he was due up for the Mariners here. Now we got to try to find a way to come back here in these last 3 innings. 7th, 8th, and 9th. These are going to be key. Next up for the Seattle Mariners, 2 for 3 with a K. Third baseman, Josh Rojas. Batting second, 2 for 3 as well. Center fielder, no fly zone, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go. J-Rod, Tridents up. And batting third, second baseman, switch hitter, Jorge Polanco. Let's go, Jorge. At this point, we have a lot of injuries, and consistency has been an issue. Hitting hasn't been the greatest. I mean, there really isn't too much that you can do besides maybe rearrange the batting order, and then obviously having like George Kirby sit out a few games instead of him pitching at like 70 or 60%, because obviously he has no velocity or location, and his knee is fucked up. So it's like every time you have him out there, you're risking him to further, get that injury to a place where it, may take even longer to recover. But I don't know. Like I said, we can pitch well, right? But the hitting isn't there. But then what happens when the pitching isn't there? When we're normally top 5, then the pressure to get a lot of these hits and runs ends up being crazy. And we got 8 hits today. We only got 1 run, and George Kirby was not good today. So hopefully we can find a way, since Paddock is out, that we can start raking now in these last 3 innings, and hopefully we can find a way to tie it up 4-4 by the 9th inning. A couple more likes to get to the goal, and hopefully we get blessed here, so that way we don't end up with a donut. Top of the 7th, 4-1 Twins. 0-1 pitch to Josh Rojas, low and into the dirt. 1-1 count. Come on, Josh. One pitch by Thielbar. Rojas crushes it foul. 1-2 count. Yeah, we won 6 consecutive series. We're trying to go for 7, but check swing. Did he go? Damn it. Rojas. 1 away. Next up, center fielder, 2 for 3, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Trident's up. Come on, Mariner Moose, we need you. Big swing and a miss on that breaking ball. Julio, stop swinging on first pitches. Golly. Top of the 7th, 4-1 Minnesota. Julio crushes it right up the middle. There we go. Nice 3 for 4 day, but no home run. And we're not really able to, get anything off of this 3-hit day for Julio, but at least for his stat line and for getting that batting average up is great. But it's like finally the day Julio does great, but everyone else sucks. And we can't get anything going. But besides Rojas and Mitch Carver. Next up, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Looks like they're making a pitching change here. Let's go. I'm gonna get something to drink here real quick. Come on, Polanco. Takes a first pitch strike. 0-1 count. Come on, Jorge. Top of the 7th. We got 3 innings to have a comeback here. Let's go. Big swing and a miss behind in the count. 0-2. Come on, Jorge. You're going against your former team. You got to step up. Let's go. Polanco. Shallow center field. Castro's there. 2 away. Next up, right fielder, Mitch Haniger. Let's go, Miach. Need that Mariner Moose, baby. Let's go. Rally time. Haniger, big swing and a miss. You just got to be able to find a way to get it to 4-2, either this inning or next inning. And then, and then when we get to the 8th, try to make it 4-3, and then get to the 9th, make it 4-4, and then try to win in the 10th, 5-4. That's going to be kind of the layout, unless we can have a monster inning of, 3 or 4 runs. But based on how we played so far, not sure if that's going to be possible. But Paddock is out, so we'll see how it goes. Come on, Mariners. Keep fighting, keep scrapping, keep battling. Come on, Haniger. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. Need 4 more likes to get to 20. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. And if you're watching on Twitter/X, if you come to the YouTube side and smash the like button, it'd be greatly appreciated to help us get to that number. It'll help us with our algorithm and our metrics and analytics. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Love you. Appreciate you. We're at the top of the 7th, 4-1 Twins with 4 solo home runs, 3 from Minnesota, 1 from the Seattle Mariners and Mitch Garver. Paddock, 10 Ks today for Minnesota. George Kirby getting roughed up, and hopefully we can find a way to rally here late to make it at least a respectable game. Haniger, good eye. There we go. Now we got guys on first and second. Here we go. Rally time. Nice job, Haniger. Good eyes. Next up, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. With 1 swing, you can do it, baby. There's not many guys that are as clutch as you. We got Cal Raleigh. We got Julio starting to heat up. Josh Rojas, Hollywood. That's probably it. And Mitch Garver today. And obviously Logan Gilbert as a pitcher. Cal. Back to the warning track. Off the wall. Wow. 2 runs will score. There we go, Cal. Let's go. I still believe. I don't give up. Let's go, baby. Fuck yeah. Big double to center. Haniger scored. Julio scored. 4-3 Twins. Let's go. That's what I'm fucking talking about. When everything looks like shit and then you're not going to be able to come back, right? You find a way to dig deep and you get your best player on offense or one of your best players to step up big. The biggest clutch player late in games, you're looking at him. Big dumper, Cal fucking Raleigh. You know what Cal Raleigh fucking is? He's goddamn money. Let's go. Nice job, Cal. Nice job. Way to get us back in the game. Next up, Mitch Garver. Let's go. Good shit. I mean, he hit the wall. I mean, obviously, depending on the depth, I mean, you're going to have to hit it 400 plus, in this ballpark. There's not going to be a section, I think, there that, you hit it 320, 350, 360. It's just going to bounce off the wall. But, hey, we got 2 runs to come in. So, essentially like a 2-run home run. If we had 1 guy on base, he had 2 guys on base. He missed the home run by a few feet, but he still got the 2 runs to come in. And it's a hell of a lot better than being down 4-1, 4-3. And we can find a way to come back and win this game. Garver popped up. Routine play in the outfield. Castro, and the damage is done. We leave one stranded, but we get 2 to score. Let's go. 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. We got 3 runs, 10 hits, but we need to make sure that these hits mean something. There we go. At this point, it could go either way. I don't think anyone knows at this point, depending on, tomorrow. I thought you meant today. Well, we got Logan Gilbert pitching tomorrow, so I would say the Mariners are going to have the edge, because he's our best pitcher overall, and he's going to be a Cy Young candidate at the end of the year. Luis Castillo hasn't been good. George Kirby and Bryce Miller are either really good or really bad. Emerson Hancock got optioned to AAA. He was our 5-hole pitcher. So really the only pitcher that we can count on for consistency is Walter, a.k.a. Logan Gilbert. But the only thing is that the Mariners typically don't play well in the morning or the early afternoon. When we play at 10, 11, 12, or 1, sometimes we, are a little sleepy, and we're not like awake yet, and then we get rocked by teams. But again, we haven't had too many games with Logan Gilbert pitching at that time period. It's usually like George Kirby. So I think that we're going to end up getting the win tomorrow, and hopefully we can end up getting the win here tonight so we can win the series. Let's go. What a comeback. Hell yeah. But even though we're playing early, it's a 10 a.m. game. Logan Gilbert is obviously the most prepared. And again, it's like Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller are going to throw heat. But again, if they don't hit their location, it's going to be a home run, and that's why they get rocked so much. George Kirby is a guy that's more about precision and location rather than top-end speed, like a Greg Maddux. But if he's not hitting his location, like today, and a majority of the year, he gets fucked up. Emerson Hancock was our 5-hole pitcher. He just is too young and inexperienced. So he got sent down, and, half of the time he's decent, the other half he's terrible. And that's why he got sent down today. And then when Brian Wu comes, he should be pretty good. He also has a problem of getting kind of fucked up, but he has an option to get 10 Ks more times than not. So hopefully we can get a little bit more consistency out of Castillo, Miller, Kirby, and Wu when he comes up. But the one guy that I'm the most confident in the entire team is Logan Gilbert, Josh Hollywood Rojas, and Cal Raleigh. And then Julio is starting to get his numbers up as well. Let's go, baby. Go to the bottom of the 7th, leading off for the Minnesota Twins, Alex Kirilloff. Big swing and a miss, 1-2 count. Now it's just not as depressing being down 4-1. 4-3 feels a lot better. Thornton and Stanek. That's probably what we're going to end up getting. I wish we had Brash available, and we haven't had him all year. And I guarantee if we had Brash, from the beginning of the year, we probably would have 3 or 4 more wins than we do right now. But it looks like he's going to be out probably for the year, unfortunately. So, and then the guy that I like the least got hurt yesterday, and Saucedo. So I hope that Taylor recovers. But that's the guy that is the most unreliable out of everyone. I get it, he's a lefty, but he's not good, so it doesn't hurt my feelings that he's not going to play for a while, but I do hope that he fully recovers. I don't like seeing guys get hurt, but again, it might be a blessing in disguise for us. Let's go. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to the July 3rd game. I thought I was going on July 4th, but they're doing the fireworks July 3rd, like after the game is over. So I'm going to go see the Orioles, Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, maybe Jackson Holiday if he gets called up there at that time. Very excited. And I've seen a lot. I mean, I haven't been to a bunch of Mariner games. I've only been to like 7 or 8 total, in my life, but I've gotten 3 baseballs out of like 7 games. So I would say, I got a pretty good knack, on how to get a foul ball at a game and whatnot. So, but my buddy has been to like over 100 games, for the Dodgers and Mariners, and he's never gotten a ball. So I'm going to try to get him a ball this time around. But if I could end up snagging an Adley Rutschman ball, that would be amazing. Right now, I got a Kike Hernandez ball from a year or two before COVID, around like 2019, around that time period, 2018, 2019. Then I got a Julio rookie ball in his rookie season against the Royals and Bobby Witt Jr. in 2022. And then I also have an Aaron Judge ball from the year that he hit the 62 home runs in 2022. So that's a pretty good set. Kike Hernandez, Julio, and Aaron Judge. So, but if I can add an Adley Rushman to my mantle and my dresser, that would be awesome. Pitch right down the middle for a strike for Thornton. Let's go, Trent. Ahead of the count, 0-2 on Willie Castro. Come on, Trent. Let's go, baby. And that's the difference between me and a lot of other, Mariner fans or streamers or content creators. They love to be negative, towards the Mariners. And even though when things look depressing and it looks bleak and it looks bad, you have to realize that, it's two separate games. The first 6 innings and then the last 3. So even if you're losing 4-1 and it looks terrible and you're going to get your ass kicked and it's over, you can fight back as long as you stay positive in those last 3 innings. And that's what we have been doing all year, scrapping and just waiting for that starting pitcher to get out, and then we can start to wheel and deal. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't done it already. We need a couple more to get the goal, and then hopefully we can get blessed with some donos on a dono train here before the stream ends as well. Pitch low in the zone. Throw to first. 2 away. See how many more that we need. So we need 2 more. So if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. For the people that are watching on YouTube or Twitter/X, come over to the YouTube side and smash that like button for your boy. We need 2 more people to hit the goal. Well, if I'm the head coach and you're the OC, we're going to be running a Chip Kelly kind of offense. So, bottom of the 7th, 4-3 Minnesota. Trent Thornton on the mound. 0-for-2 Christian Vasquez in the box. We can get him out. Come on, baby. Go Mariners. Keep grinding. Big swing and a miss behind in the count, 0-2. Yeah, we do. We do. That's true. I think a lot of, Pacific Northwest fans are built different, compared to fans in the Midwest or the East Coast or the South. Again, we went 20 years without making the playoffs. So there's not a lot of fan bases that could stomach 20 years of not being good and still being as hardcore of a fan that, has won multiple World Series. The fans are very loyal, very passionate, and very educated and smart. And again, every fan base can lean towards the negative side, especially when you have a deep run of 20 years. But we've beaten that curve. We're past that page in our history. And when you end up having Cal, Julio, and George Kirby, that'll definitely make things get better for this franchise. There we go. Vasquez strikes out, baby. Let's go. I've seen that rumor. They were trying to go for maybe Emerson Hancock and Ty France for Pete Alonso. But the problem is Pete isn't really doing that well in the last couple of years. He can get home runs, but he's got a really high strikeout percentage, right? And again, he's a big name, but again, he ends up more than likely going to get a new contract after this year. So if you end up trading for Pete Alonso and then he re-signs with your team, then whatever trade you do might be good. But if you end up trading, like if we traded Ty France and Thornton, one of our pitchers for Pete Alonso, and we only have him as a rental, and then he's gone after this year, then you wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to lose 2 guys for a guy for 4 months, even if it's Pete Alonso. So if it's me, even though Ty France is getting to a point where we may need to replace him, and maybe we should have replaced him a couple years ago, even though he made an all-star game with Julio in 2022, kind of got injured and fat last year, and wasn't as good, right? But still, I think I would rather have Ty France and Pete Alonso, believe it or not. I don't want to give up, 2 pieces or 3 pieces for a big name, big name. I don't want to say big name player because, again, sometimes he's good, sometimes, not so good, but again, he's one of those guys like a DH, he's either going to hit a home run or he's going to strike out. There's not really a whole lot in between. So, but again, it would bring a little bit of juice and flavor at first base to have a Pete Alonso, but I think we would be trading too much to get him. And realistically, he probably would re-sign with another team, not Seattle, and then we would lose out on the deal. So I would say, for me, hard pass. I've always admired what he did in the All-Star Home Run Derby, right? But again, I don't know if I would like it on the Mariners. But right now, he's only batting .212. He's got 9 homers, so he can do that. 19 ribbies, 1 stolen base, OPS of 742, right? So again, it's like batting average is low as shit, but you got the homers. So Castro, 1 away. Now, is he a better hitter than Ty France? Yeah. But again, it would only be good if he re-signed with the Mariners. So if we do a 2-for-1 and get Pete, and if he does well for us, strikes out a bunch, but hits home runs and helps us win, cool. But we would have to have him re-sign with the Mariners and not have to overpay a guy like that. And if that were to happen, then I would be on board. As long as you don't pay him too much and he re-signs. But if it's only a rental for 3 or 4 months, that would be a hard pass. Top of the 8th, 4-3, Minnesota. 1-0 count to Luis Urias. Urias, baby. Urias. Go, Luis. Yeah, Polanco. Yeah, it's just Polanco and Garv and Rayleigh. Obviously Teoscar and Kelenic and Eugenio Suarez are bigger players, more popular and whatnot. But again, it seems like Luke Rayleigh is going to give you the bare minimum, a hit once in a while. Polanco started off slow. His batting average is terrible, but he'll go on like little hitting streaks from time to time between a few games. But sometimes the hits are kind of meaningless, like meaningless singles, but you'll take them. And then obviously Garv has won us some games and and gotten some home runs. But his batting average has been much lower than anticipated also. So it's like they're trying to Moneyball the situation. They're just trying to find guys that have good stats on other teams and hoping that they can bring those stats to Seattle and they can be cheap and not spend money. But at some point, you're going to have to spend money to bring in better players, that are going to be good on one team. And when they come to Seattle, they're going to be just as good, if not better. But it just seems like hitting has been a big, big problem. And if we can ever figure out how to be a top 10, top 15 hitting team with this pitching staff, that's when we're going to end up making an ALDS, ALCS, or World Series on the regular. If we can be top 3 in pitching, top 10 in hitting, then we'll be one of the top 5 teams in baseball, hands down. But again, right now we're bottom 10 in hitting, and we're still one of the best teams in baseball, one of the top 10. So, popped up. Damn it, Luis. Correa is there, 2 away. Almost dropped it. Yeah, well, again, a lot of players for the Mariners start really slow. So if you watch games, I've been watching since like 1985. So I know I look young, but I'm 42. So I've been watching since '85, since I was about 3-4 years old. And Mariners traditionally start incredibly slow, regardless if we make the playoffs or if we don't. We don't really start getting into our groove, hitting wise, or pitching and hitting together until usually in June. And sometimes it even takes until the second or third week of June to start ramping up and heating up. So, again, for us to be in first or second place at this point with a 20-16 record is pretty damn good, with all things considered. So, and Julio, obviously, his home runs aren't there, but his batting average is slightly, getting better now. He's getting closer to 300. It's 269 now, 3 for 4 today. But we just need to make sure when he has 3 for 4 type of days that they're meaningful hits, and some of them are home runs or RBIs, not just 3 meaningless singles that didn't really mean anything. But that's baseball for you. The hardest sport to play. 1-2 pitch. Shallow hit by D. Moore. Correa to first. Got him. 3 up and 3 down. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Next up for the Minnesota Twins in the bottom of the 8th, left fielder, former Dodger, Manuel Margot. Batting second this inning, 0 for 3 with a K, second baseman, Edouard Julien. And batting third, 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI, shortstop, Carlos Correa. Go, baby. But it shows you, Matt, when you're working with me on a daily basis like Sarah did for a couple years, you have to be mentally tough, to do this type of work, to be a streamer full time. You can't be mentally weak at all. You have to be mentally strong, and you have to be able to, push through. It's like some days you're going to get rewarded, for your hard work, and we'll have an amazing, high dollar dono day. But then there'll be days like we've had in the last 3 days where we're doing the same thing that we've done, in previous days, but, we're just not getting the same type of support with the views, the likes, the subs, and the donos. So again, this is something that, getting angry and frustrated, it's not going to make anything better. You just have to work hard every single day, give it all you got, and then hopefully you get blessed before the stream ends. And if not, hopefully you'll get blessed the following day, But it's definitely not easy, when I give 150% on every single stream. You just want to have the best result at the end of the night every night. But again, when you do this type of work, you never know what's going to happen, if it's going to be a good day or if it's going to be a challenging day. Bottom of the 8th, 4-3 Minnesota. Margot pops up, slide out to Julio. Should be a routine play, 1 away. Yeah, we should never have a 0 on any given day. We should always be at a 1 to a 5, even on days that are terrible or bad, that we're not getting the support. We should never, ever end with a 0, ever. But it does happen sometimes, which is unfortunate, But we've had more, good days than not. But again, I'm one of those type of people that will stream almost every day. So again, sometimes it'll be the content that we're doing, and also it'll be Julien with a nice base knock there to Mitch Haniger for a single. But we just got to keep grinding. Nice hit by Edouard Julien. Next up, shortstop Carlos Correa. Now, if I was just doing this for fun, so likes, subs, views, and donos wouldn't fucking matter. But when this is my lifeline and my whole life, depends on it, and you put in 150% every day, it does hurt a little bit, to have a stream end with a low number, but again, we always have tomorrow to make up for it. Bottom of the eighth, 4-3 Minnesota. One out, runner at first, 0-1 pitch from Bolton to Correa. But it shows you, even with 20,000 plus subs, all it takes is one person, just one, to end up having a successful stream. Only one. You don't need 10 or 20 or 30. You need one person that wants the support that could end up making it a solid or a successful day. So, always something to look forward to. Bottom of the eighth, 4-3 Minnesota. Try to get Carlos Correa out. One-two pitch to Correa. Get him, Bolton. Line drive to first base, foul. One-two pitch. Did he go? No, he did not. 2-2 count. Seven and 3 in one-run games so far this year, and we weren't very good last year in one-run games. So nice to see that we're kind of getting back to the 2022 Mariners, where we ended up making the playoffs for the first time in 20 plus years, because we were very good in 1-0 games and one-run games and games in extra innings. So hopefully we can carry that over. 2-2 pitch from Bolton. Pitch is outside. 3-2 count. Count is full. Come on, Bolton. Come on, Cody. Come on, Cal. Come on, Cody. Let's go, brothers. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. Thanks for the kind words, man. Smash that like button if you haven't done it, and hopefully we can at least, hit some of these goals. See where we're at right now. We only needed 2 subs to get to 20,200. Let's see where we're at right now. We got about 20 people watching. We still need 2 more people to smash the like button to get to 20. So if you haven't done it yet, please do. We just got one person to do it, maybe David. One more like to get to the goal, and hopefully we can do that before the stream ends. And then let's take a look to see where we're at sub count wise. We still need 2 subs to get to 20,200, but we're approaching that number, which is awesome. Jason loves it. Next up for the Minnesota Twins, behind in the count 0-2 with 2 outs and a runner at first, Ryan Jeffers, the backup catcher. Get his ass out. Get out of this fucking inning. 0-2 pitch. Jeffers down the third baseline. You got to be shitting me. Fuck. We might have just lost right there. Big hit by Ryan Jeffers down that third baseline. Cody, fucking A, man. Now we got to get 2 runs in the 9th to be able to tie. Fuck. Way to put the pressure on. Right down the middle from Bolton. Jeffers, I see you. Backup catcher says, take that. Next up, right fielder, Max Kepler. Fuck. Kepler over Haniger's head. Another run scores. 6-3 Twins. We lost. It's over. Fucking A, man. Just like that. We fought that hard to get back from 4-1, right? To make it 4-3. To have fucking Cody Bolton just ruin the game there at the end. Nice job, Cody, idiot. Fuck. There goes the game. Fucking A, man. Tough. We need two subs to get to 22. That's baseball for you. We were trying to go for our 7th straight series win, and looks like it's coming to an end now. And then we got Logan Gilbert tomorrow, and we're going to have to win that one to split the series 2-2. But it'll be very highly unlikely that we come back, down 3 runs in the 9th. Can we do it? Yeah, we can, but we already had to make up 2 runs when we were down 4-1 to 4-3. And if we could keep it 4-3, we would have a chance to tie and maybe win in extras, but not when you give up 3 fucking runs in the 8th inning. Fuck. And they punched out Miranda on a strikeout, and that was clearly a ball, a hitting call for the Mariners there. All right, here we go, Mariners. Last opportunity to come back. It's still possible, but again, this was my reaction if we would have had a 4-3 going into the top of the 9th, but now it's fucking 6-3, so not ideal. It's still doable, but I would say now the percentage of being able to come back from 4-3, maybe 40%. Now you're down 6-3. The chance of coming back now is like 5%, maybe even less than that. So there's still a chance, but not a very good one. We need one more sub. All right, one more sub. There we go. Matt's like, I got a backup account. Boom, let me get you. All right, we need one sub. If anyone's got a backup account that wants to get us to 20,200, that would be great. One sub away. One sub away for 20,200, baby. Next up, 2 for 4 with 2 Ks. Third baseman, Hollywood, Josh Rojas. Batting second, 3 for 4 today. Center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, switch hitter, second baseman, the former Minnesota Twin, Jorge Polanco. So best case scenario, Rojas gets a single, Julio gets a single, Polanco hits a 3-run home run, and we tie it up 6-6. That's how it would have to go. Or Polanco gets on base, or he ends up getting out, and then we have 1 out with Rojas and Julio on base at first and second, and then Haniger goes for a 3-run homer. Or Haniger gets out, and then we're down to 2 outs with Rojas and Julio on, and Raleigh goes for a 3-run homer. So, there is still a chance, that we could get it done, but we'll have to wait and see. Bang, bang. We need 1 sub to be able to get to 20,200. Go. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. We need 2 more people to get to 20. 1 more person to get to 20. 1 sub and 1 like. But on the dono side, we got a long ways to go. We need a hundo. But it shows you, like I said, if you get donos early or before a stream starts, you're going to have a good day. But once you get past an hour, hour and a half, and if no one is supporting, it's really hard to hit the goal unless you have someone coming in late at the end of the stream and hit you with a 20 or a 50 or a hundo. Top of the 9th, behind in the count 0-2. Duran on the mound, Rojas in the box. Pitch is outside. 1-2 count. Come on, Josh. Let's go, baby. Pitch is low in the zone. 2-2 count. Let's go, baby. Mariner Moose. Gotta believe. Make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. If you feel like you're dipping into the darkness, make sure you guys evaluate and make those proper adjustments with your exercise and your diet, spending time with pets and friends, and that way you can end up winning the day. Depression, anxiety, addiction, they are nothing to fuck with. Top of the ninth, 6-3 Minnesota, 2-2 pitch coming in from Duran to Josh Hollywood Rojas. Rojas chops it foul. Keep battling with Josh. Let's go. Chop foul. Nice job, Josh. Keep battling. He's already on his 7th pitch at this at-bat. Fight, 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 fight. Keep battling. Let's go, Josh. Come on, baby. Come on, Josh. Focus, baby. You've been the most consistent player on the team besides Cal Raleigh and Logan Gilbert. I would say Rojas has been the most consistent player as far as a hitter. Logan Gilbert has been the most consistent pitcher, and I think the most clutch hitter has been Cal Raleigh. So, especially late in games. Hit sharply right to left field, damn it. One away. Next up, 3 for 4 with a run. Center fielder, no fly zone. Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. We need you, baby. Let's go, Julio. We're down to our last 2 outs here. Pitch is inside. 1-0 count. Amazing to see Julio not strike. Swing at a pitch that's not a strike on the first pitch. Because, getting behind in the count is just something that Julio is always doing. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 count. But normally he swings at the first pitch, misses it, right? Then he ends up fouling off the second pitch, and then you're down 0-2. I feel like 80% of his at-bats are like that. And it's very difficult to get a hit on an 0-2 count. I don't care who you are, unless you're like Tony Gwynn or Ichiro. Rest in peace, Tony Gwynn. 1-1 pitch to Julio. Julio, dribbler. Throw to first. 2 away. All right, last at bat, 1 for 4 with a K. Former Minnesota Twin of 10+ years, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Come on, Jorge, be a hero. So we need, at this point, we need Polanco to get a hit, Haniger to get a hit, and then Cal Raleigh to hit a 3-run home run to tie the game. That's what needs to happen. Or Polanco and Haniger to get hit by a pitch or to get a walk. But somehow, some way, Polanco and Haniger need to get on base for Cal to, to have a chance for us to be a hero. Pitch is outside, 2-0 count. It's possible because we've done it before, But again, it's just not ideal to be down 3. If it was 4-3, much better chances of tying it up or winning. But when you're down 3 runs, it's like, now we just have to pray that Polanco gets walked, right? Which is possible, right? We're talking about it, and it's almost happening right now in front of our very eyes. Haniger to get hit by a pitch or a walk or a single, and then Raleigh for a big home run. There we go. There you see? You said GG, good game, as if it was already fucking over. Shame on you, Jason. And just like that, it might still be over, but Polanco got to first. Now we just need Haniger to do the same exact thing. 3-1 count. One more pitch here, and hopefully he doesn't swing, and we can just end up taking a walk here. Take a fucking walk. Walk that bitch. Big swing and a miss. 3-2 count. Come on, Jorge. But Polanco is not very reliable. And realistically, we're going to lose this game right here. 3-2 pitch, and it's over. Unbelievable. Polanco. GG to the Minnesota Twins. And again, if they didn't have such amazing pitching by Paddock, maybe we would have had a chance in this game. Well, let's take a quick look to see what we're at, if we ended up hitting the 20 likes or not. We did. So we got to the likes. So shout out to the people that came through and did that. We're one sub away from 20,200, so we'll probably hit that tomorrow. And obviously on the Dono side, very underwhelming. And it's 3 days in a row now. It hasn't been good, but hopefully tomorrow will be better. So the Mariners play tomorrow at 10 a.m., but I'm going to watch it with Paisley Pup. But we will be doing a NHL playoff stream with the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars at 6:30 sharp. Make sure you're on time, Matt, and we'll be there tomorrow, and we'll grind it out. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be doing the Oakland A's versus the Seattle Mariners. So shout out to all the people that came through to like and sub and view and share. I appreciate y'all. And all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. And I got one question for you. Well, you know, talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Final score is 6-3 Twins, and I'm out. Okay.